Hey guys, it's Tunis and Witchify here. Finally getting my last game for Buckeye, months and months later. As always, the whole real life gets in the way. Work, family, all that good stuff. I try and get these out as much as possible, but sometimes it doesn't happen. Uh, anyways, I'm going to do this report, then I'll do the like a small update video, and then I'll get into my Colonial Carnage videos. I have number 2 being born sometime around the end of November, December timeframe, so my ability to play games is going to be diminished a lot. So more than likely what I'll do is we'll do small videos on what I'm painting. My plan for November, once they're doing the big update for the rulebook and the armies and all that good stuff, I'm going to be starting a new army, just because I've been doing warriors for God knows how long, and sometimes it's nice to have a change. Not going to stop playing them, obviously, but like I said, I would like something different to get into. So anyways, here's Game 5 was the last game of the tournament. 2-day tournament was exhausting. Me and my opponent were both kind of just like, meh, we'll play, we're tired, ready to go home. Not to say that we weren't trying, but it was you could definitely tell how exhausted we both were. So the scenario 5 was message for you, sir. Both sides deploy as the attacker in the flank attacks deployment. So both of us had our flanks further, like a larger deployment zone, and the center was smaller. The mission was to get your messenger off the opposite table edge and try to kill the enemy messenger before he exits the board. The messenger is an extra model that doesn't count towards anything. He's just a free model that you get, and you can put him on like 20, 25, up to 40 mil base. He's treated as a character. His stats are Move 6, Weapon Skill 4, Strength 4, Tough 4, Wounds 2, Initiative 3, Attacks 2, and Leadership 8. And then he is armed with the Armor of Fortune and the Divine Icon. Let's see. He can join units just as normal, and he'll take Panic Brace X just as normal if with normal troops. So 6-turn game, or until one side is wiped out. You get victory points for getting your messenger off the board or killing the enemy messenger, and then you get bonus points, 2 for completing both of the mission parts of the mission, which is kill and get off of the opponent's edge, and then 2 if your messenger completes a charge, and +1 for wounding the enemy messenger. So I think in the swirling melee of everybody wanting to get the hell out of there, my opponent may have grabbed his list back, or I misplaced it, but you'll see his list essentially in deployment and then throughout the video. But I'll go over my list again real quick, and then we will get into the little quick fluff and into the battle report. So my generals, Lord of Change, Spear of Gagner, Bluffer's Helm, Duststone, Potion of Swiftness, and Waste Hardened Skin. Gives him the 1-up with a reroll, and then enemies have to reroll any successful wounds against him. Harbinger of Change, BSB. He's a Sword of Strength, Hardened Shield, Talisman of Greater Shielding, Banner of Courage, and the Third Eye. So he's got a 2-up, 4-up with Strength 6, and the unit he is in automatically passes Terror test and is immune to the effects of fear. Then I have a Wrath Priest with the Crown of Scorn. Then I have Barbarian Chief, Screaming Swords, and Ring of Fire. 23 Warriors of Change with full command, sword and board. 25 Lust Barbarians with Standard Bearer, and paired weapons and throwing weapons. Chosen, I had 14 of Chosen of Wrath with full command, paired weapons. A unit of 6 Warhounds, and then 2 units of 5 Warhounds, then a unit of the 10 Lust Chosen with halberds. Let's see, 1 Lust Chariot, 1 regular Chariot, the fully kitted out paired weapons Elder Dragon Centaur, and then the Wasteland Lusty Giant. So, we will get into the fluff and into the battle report. Enjoy. After the massacre at the Blood Forest, the brothers made their way down the coast, raiding as they went to resupply. Tunark was given another vision as he slept aboard his ship. The shifting sands muddled the vision. Tunark could only guess it was their god giving the brothers a chance, redeeming themselves. He saw a horde of the dead, similar to the ones they had fought against in the desert months ago. The taste of that defeat still dry upon his pride. He could not tell if it was the same ancient king, but one dead thing is as good as another. Tunark made his way aboard his brother's ship, and they made their plans for revenge.
Messenger model's right here. Got to get him across the board. It's like this. Everybody's over here. And then his side looks like such. We got 2 archer units, his chaff, catapult, big ass Death Star with messenger there, and then general and BSB, right? And then your altar in the center. 6 chariots and another catapult. He dropped everything, so he goes first. Like this. Shot up the dogs. Shot dogs, but are good. Smiting. So you got righteous smiting, so he's got double shots with all this stuff. And they have +1 weapon skill and strength and initiative for pretty much everybody in the bubble. And catapults put 2 wounds on him and scattered under these guys and then did nothing. So now Warriors turn 1. Moved up here, moved up there, there. Just like this, hoping that strength 3 does not do anything to tough 6, and moved up here. So top 2. Up, and I think they did wounds to him.
Yep.
Both, what do they call? Both catapults missed. These guys killed the dogs with impact hits. These guys came up. I lost combat, but stuck, and these 2 guys took. He got a wound on my barbarian chief with 1 guy, and then crumbled, and then they shot all that crap into them, and I think killed 2. So it's bottom of 2. Idiot, and charged them in with that, with my unit into there, and they bled combat res. He won, overran, took out my general's unit. I did put a wound on his messenger, so I get a bonus point there. Those killed those guys, 1 combat, and he killed that over there, and he failed the charge. So top of 3. These guys over here, these guys over here, and these guys are DTs and -1 movement. Took 1 wound and his toughness is 4. Regrew all the wounds back on there, and these guys killed the giant, and combat guys killed them. So bottom of 3. Bottom of 3. Swift reform, rallied, made a charge, did like 2 impact hits and got 2 ones. These guys are running off to try and get the messenger off the board. And top of 5. This is what the board looks like. Those guys are dead. Chagoff's dead. He charged the catapult, and the Chosen got the messenger off the board.
Okay,
so yeah.
The unending tide of bone started to break the barbarians, and the weight of the enemy numbers was too great even for their strongest warriors to hold any longer. Seeing that their messenger had been escorted safely past the enemy battle lines, the brothers decided a hasty retreat was in order, lest they join the ranks of the dead. After returning to their ships, Jaren executed the remaining barbarians as brutally as possible, though it may have dissuaded any of his other warriors to make the same mistake they had done. The barbarians themselves, dedicated to the god of lust, reveled in the torture up until their last breath. Alright, so that is the end of Buckeye Battles. I was obviously bottom tables. Can't remember the exact placing, but it was not all that great. I had fun, I will say that. And I enjoyed the lusty giant. The fucking EDC though, like even his stat line is amazing. He has what's it called? Like I don't know, his stat line's awesome. It's like the one thing the Warriors kind of struggle with compared to the other armies is their stat line is amazing, and they pay for it. But then they don't get much in the way of synergy, which, in my opinion, the special rules and synergy are better than stats. But that's just me and the way I've seen it through 8th and all that. Like, they weren't a top tier army, but they were winning tournaments. So they weren't. It's not. Don't get me wrong. Warriors are not in any way a bad army. It's just what they were from like 5th edition up to like 6th or 7th was what everybody thought that they were, which was like almost a point and click and a fairly easy army to freaking win with. But now with the balancing with 9th Age, it's a lot harder army than it was before. So it's a lot more tactical. The fact that we have shit for shooting kind of screws us. Throwing weapons are not shooting. They did like jack and shit for me through the entire tournament. The EDC, like, I don't know if it's probably just my rolling, but his performance throughout the entire tournament was just lackluster for me. And I like while I finally got a upper body portion for my Elder Dragon Centaur that I'm building. I don't know how often I'm going to be using him, unless I try the dual mana core EDC list again. But of course, November is coming, and it's going to be basic rule book changes, so that type of army might not even be possible. I don't know, but we will see. Anyways, this was. I don't think I mentioned it before, but this game was against Fergus. One of the guys from Chicago, I believe. Fun game. Had at least one rules like confusion, which was he tried his big Death Star like charged my EDC, and then the way it worked, like just by doing a normal like move or closing the door, like the EDC couldn't do it because the warriors were there, the chosen were right there. But in the end, it was like, okay, they basically just pretend like they're not there and close the door. So that happened, and I don't remember the exact end to it, but I think it was dice down anyway, so it didn't really matter. And again, we were on like one of the lower tables anyway, so we kind of were just like whatever. And we both wanted to just go home, I think. I know I was exhausted from fucking the weekend. Buckeye is definitely something that I would like to do in the future. I don't know if I'll be able to do it next year, just because I'm going to have a newborn or a few month old or whatever. So that probably won't happen for next year. And my game playing, like I said, is going to be less than I can, just because helping the wife out with the baby and keeping her sane, that kind of thing. But I will try and do like whenever the new Warriors of Dark Gods book comes out, because that's the next one I think they're working on according to the release time frame. And I'll even probably do something on a video on the rulebook changes that come out in November, or that are slated to come out in November. So I'll have that, and then I'll probably do more. I may do some tactics videos, something like that, even though my army tactics aren't all that great. And then I'll definitely do some videos regarding my next army, which I'm not going to reveal that yet, although if you're on the forums you probably saw where I've posted before. And I'm going to try and basically do this next army as like a big, like my Warriors army is not the greatest because it's just a bunch of stuff that I've done for years and years and years and put together. So like the basing sucks, and it wasn't planned out at all. It was just like, I like this model, I'm going to paint him and make him look cool, and try and get them to fit in with the rest of the army. So my next army project is going to be bigger and hopefully better painted. And like I'm going to plan out the bases and all that so the army and all the models actually are cohesive and all that crap. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.